ranked #1 in Spain, 1986 and 1987. Very stylish young player, good motion on the serve, but she's got her hands full today because she is playing the #1 seed in this tournament, Chris Evert. And it should be an excellent match. You know, Chrissy was talking recently about what it's like to play against someone who you really haven't played very much. And so we asked her about Sanchez. How does she feel about this youngster?
She's very confident. She has very good composure for someone that young. And again, she has a pretty all-court game. I mean, she can hit those heavy ground strokes, but she can also, she's not afraid to come into the net and volley. And I like the way she plays. I think she has a very bright future.
Well, that was Chris Evert on Sanchez. As we look at Chrissy live, another shot of Sanchez. And I agree, she's very flexible, and we saw it last night. She can definitely move in, and as Chrissy said, she's not afraid to volley, and that's what makes her dangerous, because she has the good ground strokes, and she does get some short balls, and she's not afraid to take them. She certainly did it against Terabini, Wendy, in the semifinals.
Yes, and when she had the opportunity to volley, she hit very good volleys. But she likes to hit those balls quite hard. And she is an aggressive player and moves very well around the court. Chrissy drop-shotted her a few times, or Terabini drop-shotted her a few times last night, and she got to every one of them.
Again with us at courtside, Dick Fletcher. And Dick, you got rid of that umbrella. We got a beautiful day. How is it down there?
Yes, I did, Barry. It's a beautiful day today. A couple of clouds. I'm hoping that we don't have a repeat of last night. I'm reasonably confident that we won't. Obviously sitting here in the rain last night. Just a beautiful setting today as temperatures are near 80 degrees. Almost ideal conditions. Barry?
Dick, as far as the wind goes, yesterday it was coming across the court. Can you give us some idea of where the players are going to be watching for that wind today?
It appears again to be almost the exact same as yesterday's wind, but again today the stadium blocks a great deal of the wind flow through the court because it's sheltered down inside.
All right, Dick, we'll be coming down to you throughout the afternoon. What do you call those bugs that were out there yesterday?
Mole crickets.
Mole crickets.
Floridians are familiar with mole crickets.
Keep your eyes open for invading mole crickets. We're about ready to go now. Sanchez in the near court, getting ready to serve in the first game of the first set to the #1 seed, Chris Evert. Evert has won this title 2 times. She's after #3 out here today. And Chrissy overhitting with the forehand. Sanchez quickly to a 15-love lead. Wendy, the court looks very damp. Obviously, a lot of rain last night. How will that affect?
Well, I think it will slow the play down a little bit, and it actually might suit Sanchez a little bit more than Chrissy.
Good play from Chris Evert. Just waited till the last minute. Watch Sanchez lean to her left, and then Chrissy hits the clean winner off the forehand.
I think the court will dry out as the match goes on because we've got very bright sunshine. And so the court might speed up during the play.
15-all. Let first serve. Let court judge far to the left there of your picture. So tough. But that shot really set up by the wonderful two-hander up the line. Chrissy drilled a two-hander very deep. 15-30.
And she waited to put the ball away until Sanchez had committed herself for the cross-court shot.
15-30. It's good. Oh, yes. Sanchez rolls the forehand for a clean winner. Not a easy shot. That ball was pretty low when she got to it.
No, and she hit it quite deep, too. She hit it just inside the baseline, so she really didn't want to overhit it, or she would have been in trouble.
Good first serve deep. Chrissy missing with the forehand, and so Sanchez now with a chance to pick up her first game, 40-30. took hold serve in the first game. It is now 1 game to love. Arantxa Sanchez leading in this final. We'll be back with more action from the Bardmore Country Club in Largo, Florida. Stay with us. We are back at the Bardmore Country Club in Largo, bringing you the finals of the Eckerd Tennis Open, and we're going to have a look now at some good action.
Well, Sanchez barely gets a racket onto the shot. Chrissy hits a nice little delicate volley. Sanchez nails a forehand to Chrissy, and Chrissy had the chance to hit it for a winner, but I think because of the hardness of the forehand drive from Sanchez, Chrissy overhit the volley, and that gave Sanchez the game.
Chris was disappointed with the shot before that, Wendy. She wanted to get the ball a lot further away from Sanchez, gave her a chance to hit that big forehand.
She could have hit a better volley on that point.
All right, second game, first set. Evert to serve. Love won.
15 love.
It's over, 15 love. Wendy, I've noticed another thing Sanchez is doing. She's sweeping under that backhand every once in a while with a one-hander.
She's sort of doing something like Mats Verlander does.
Exactly.
Double-handed backhand when she comes over on it, and when she wants to hit a slice, it's the one-handed backhand.
Absolutely. There's the two-hander. Getting good depth again off that two-hander. Goes to 30 love.
I think the shot from Sanchez that could be dangerous is that forehand cross-court. She likes to get a lot of angle on that sometimes. When it's short, she puts a lot of angle, hits it hard, heavy topspin, and I think that could be a dangerous shot for Chrissy.
Wide.
15.
Just trying to get a lot of depth off that forehand to keep Sanchez honest and back on the baseline. Just overhit it slightly. It's 30-15. Good anticipation. Footwork there by Sanchez. She guessed right.
Well, that was a great serve by Chrissy, right into the corner to backhand to Sanchez's backhand. Sanchez barely got it back. Chrissy had an easy put away, but Sanchez guessed the right way and caught Chrissy off guard. Great anticipation.
30 all.
And that's a great point by Chrissy. That's the effort to come into the net behind that shot.
Not an easy volley either, Wendy, because the ball was dropping. As you mentioned, Arantxa has a lot of topspin on that forehand, and so Chris had to be careful with that forehand volley. Game point here for Evert, 40-30. There's the one-handed slice we just talked about. And the two-hander into the net. And so Chris Evert has held serve in the second game of the first set. It's 1-all. Beautiful turnout here today. Good crowd. Slightly over 5,000 can fit into this center court. As we watch Arantxa Sanchez, 16 years old, from Barcelona, Spain, serving now in the third game of the first set.
15
well over.
Well, this is the difficult end to serve from, where Arantxa Sanchez is serving from right now, because she's tossing the ball into the sun.
Good angle. Yes. It's long. Wendy, what can you do in that situation? You throw the ball up, you look up, and basically you're looking right into the sun. How can a server correct that?
Well, I think you have to toss the ball, make a little correction with your ball toss, a little bit away from the sun. It doesn't affect baseliners as much as serve and volleyers. Serve and volleyers, when they look into the sun, it's difficult for them to come in and hit a volley, but with baseliners, it's not as difficult. They've got a little extra time to adjust.
15.
Another smart move by Chrissy coming into the net, surprising Arantxa Sanchez.
I think we're going to see Chris being more aggressive here today. She's happy, obviously, on the baseline, but when you get a looping ball like Sanchez hits, certainly it's an opportunity to volley, and Chrissy would like to end those points as quickly as possible. Good deep shot by Sanchez. One thing I've noticed, Wendy, Sanchez does not seem in awe of Chrissy at all at this point. She walked out here like she very much belonged in this final.
Yes, I think she's very composed for someone so young. And I love the way she takes her time between points. She doesn't rush. And it's an ace for Sanchez, first one of the match.
Clean ace, right down the center. Sanchez opens up with a flat serve. Surprised Chris on that shot.
Now look how she's taking her time now. I mean, that's very good for someone so young. She's not rushing at all.
There's what we were talking about. Sanchez throws the ball up, wasn't happy with the toss, so she's going to start again. Yes, a good shot down the line. You know, speaking of poise, Wendy, last night against Terabini, Sanchez actually slowed her down, but she did not let her rush her. You know, when as you mentioned, Terabini has a tendency to play fairly fast.
Yes, Terabini was ready to serve several times, and Sanchez did slow the match down a little bit. She wasn't playing slowly, it's just that Terabini was playing very quickly. So she plays at a pace that she likes, and someone as young as her, at 16 years of age, I mean, that's smart tennis.
Sanchez.
Chrissy not real happy, off close call on that far baseline. Well, Arantxa Sanchez comes from a long line of tennis players. Her brother, Emilio, of course, the top player in Spain now, representing Spain in the Davis Cup. So, as you mentioned, she's had a lot of good practice with those brothers.
Well, I grew up with 3 older brothers playing tennis, too, so I know it helps a lot. That's the dangerous forehand I was talking about. I think she can get such a good angle.
Arantxa Sanchez showing a lot of class out here. It goes to a 2-1 lead in the first set. And so as Chris Evert changes over, we're at the Ardmore Country Club. We'll bring you more tennis right after this. Stay with us. Back at the $200,000 Eckerd Tennis Open at the Ardmore Country Club, and obviously a big crowd out here, almost a full house. Chris Evert serving in the 4th game of the first set. $40,000 to the winner of this tournament. Yes, Chrissy wrong puts her. Good play. You're looking at Stu Turley in the plaid shirt on the right. It's Harry Lambert on the left, both executives at the Eckerd Drug Company. Stu, of course, the president and chief executive officer. 15 love.
Now look how Sanchez is moving in to hit that second serve of Chrissy's. It's a good deep second serve of Chrissy's too, right inside the service line.
Really impressive. As Wendy mentioned, this youngster at 16 has so much poise. She's in there jumping around on Chris's second serve, trying to make sure she does everything possible. Look at that. She's well inside the baseline.
Now watch and see how far she moves in behind this second serve. She's inside the baseline again.
Oh.
On her toes.
comes. Oh!
Swung at that forehand volley a little bit. She had the shot that she wanted, and
40 love.
took her eye off a little bit, a little over anxious, and just swung at the forehand volley and hit it long. It's a good rally.
Real good points here.
Game Evert.
Chrissy with a beautiful, well-disguised drop shot. Too much, and so Evert with a love game. It is now 2 games all. First set. Well, I think Chris knows at this point, Wendy, that she certainly has her hands full. It's not going to be a walkover, as they say.
All right, Chrissy's tried quite a bit in this match already. She's played it from the baseline. Chrissy's come to the net, and now she's tried a drop shot, which worked effectively for Chris. So Sanchez did get to the drop shot, just didn't hit the right shot off it.
No, it's going to go wide there. That slice backhand again. We mentioned one of the top men players, Mats Wilander, through the last several years has developed a good slice one-handed backhand for various shots, approach shots, but he'll still hit the two-hander.
Low 30.
Over that one a little too much. So now Chris with a chance for a break. Sanchez down, love 30.
$15-30.
15-30. Chris giving a lot of room on that forehand side to receive serve. The slice goes long, so Sanchez from love 30 down gets even at 30 all. Well, Evert very strong there. First serve percentage is that's not bad, 71%.
No, that's very high.
Sanchez already has one ace.
Oh, and there was a well-disguised drop shot from Arantxa Sanchez, and she was coming in behind it too.
Yeah, she's got a lot of flexibility, Wendy. Watch this shot now. She really fools Chrissy here.
Serves Chrissy. Chrissy hits a short return. Arantxa comes in. Well-disguised drop shot off the backhand. That's a very gutsy shot. She's a very confident player.
Good variety here, and she now has an ad to go up 3-2. It's long, and so Arantxa Sanchez has held serve. She leads 3 games to 2. We're at the Bardmore Country Club. It's 3-2 Sanchez, and now we'll pause for these words from your local station. Here at the Bardmore Country Club as we look and see how these folks got to the finals.
Well, Chrissy had comfortable wins over Michelle Torres, Federica Bonsignori from Italy, Sylvia Hanecker of West Germany, and yesterday Holly Trophy from the University of Florida. Comfortable wins each time. Arantxa Sanchez defeated Andrea Holikova, Bettina Fulco, and yesterday Tarabini in the semifinals after she upset Katerina Malieva in the quarterfinals.
Second serve.
2 games to 3. Chris Evert down. First set. This is best of 3 sets. We'll play tie breaks at 6 games all. Evert trying to win her 3rd title here at the Eckerd Tennis Open. slice again. It's going to go long.
15 love.
Good rally, good solid ground strokes from both players. Chrissy just too steady. 15 love. So Evert actually with a few more unforced errors there than Sanchez. 11-8. A little unusual. You don't expect Chrissy to have that many this early in the match.
No, Chrissy always says that she starts a little slowly, and that's why she likes to return serve in the first game of the match. But she is down 3-2. Great shot.
Beautiful angle volley as Sanchez sneaks in behind it. Let's watch it one more time.
Well, I think she caught Chrissy off guard. Here she hits a high loopy shot. Chrissy's
15 all.
sort of sitting back there, and all of a sudden Sanchez comes in. Chrissy hits a good shot down the line, but she hits a nice, delicate forehand volley cross court. Smart play by Sanchez.
That was not an easy shot that she hit there. Put
No.
a good angle on that ball. 15 all.
30, 15.
Still wide. And so Evert now up 30-15. Chris has really got to concentrate right in here. All of a sudden she realizes that this youngster is sharp. She's already played some tennis today, beating Terabini earlier this morning. That could give her a little bit of an edge as far as being loose, having put that one set away this morning, Wendy.
Right. It's instead of coming out and just practicing for your match, she played one set, and that's good practice mentally and physically. Miss-hit forehand from Sanchez. That's really into this point.
You could hear a pin drop right now. Longest rally of the match right here. No, and it's over. Just long.
Well, Chris forced Sanchez into going for a passing shot in that point, forced her into making the error. As we watch here, slice backhand from Sanchez. Chrissy comes in with a forehand down the line, says passes, goes for the pass, but it's deep over the baseline.
Wendy, that's one of those balls, as you see it go by at net, you say, go out, go out. That was really close on the baseline. 40-15. And yes, Evert just waits. Let Sanchez make the move, commit to the left, and then hits the winner. Let's go down now to Dick Fletcher, who's with Dieter Hoyer.
We're with Dieter Hoyer, President of Information Systems for BASF, and you have to be proud of the way this tournament has gone, Dieter.
We are. We enjoy this tournament tremendously. Being partnered with the women tennis and Czech Eckerd track is a great thing to be.
This is a fantastic match. Thank you for joining us.
First point, seventh game, as Sanchez missing with an approach shot off that slice backhand. Love 15.
And you could hear the oohs and ahs from the audience, and I think they're sort of a little behind Arantxa Sanchez because she's so young and so valiant.
Well, she's half the age of Chris Evert. When you analyze that, it's kind of amazing. It's good. Now that's going to go wide, too. And so it's love 30. I think a lot of people, Wendy, remember when Chrissy was 16 years old, showed up at the old Forest Hills tournament in those days and started knocking off some big players.
Yeah, well, Chrissy knows what it's like to be on the other end of the age. But oh, here's another drop shot from Sanchez.
Well disguised.
I mean, Chrissy really didn't hit a bad return.
15-30.
But Sanchez hit. Here's the serve. Nice backhand return. Sanchez, nice, well-disguised drop shot off that backhand. She hasn't hit any drop shots off the forehand. They've all been off the backhand so far. So she feels more comfortable hitting the drop shot off the backhand side.
She's got great variety off that backhand. She can hit the two-hander, come over, slice it, or again, hit that drop shot. Just long.
Ball's good.
And now the umpire, Tom Cook, up in the chair, has corrected that call. That's Tom Cook you're looking at in the chair.
Well, the thing about it is that he did it very quickly. It was a very, it was a good ball, and he made the decision very decisive.
So we'll have a lead. It's 15-30.
It was a big point, too.
Big point. I'll tell you, it could have been 30 all now instead of perhaps 15-40. Now Sanchez with a second serve. No, Chrissy missing badly there with the two-hander. Nets it. It's 30 all.
And she needs to get her concentration going when she's got Sanchez down love 30 on a serve. And Arantxa Sanchez last service game, Chrissy had a love 30, lost the next 4 points. Now she's had a love 30 in this game, and it's back to 30 all. Sanchez moving Chrissy around.
Good. She'll get it. And there it is.
That's a fantastic point. Sanchez is moving Chrissy around on the baseline. They were giving each other all kinds of ground strokes to exchange. Here we see backhand to backhand.
30.
Chrissy goes for the drop shot. Looks like a good drop shot. Sanchez hits it down the line. Chrissy's there, puts it back up. Sanchez there to hit the volley away for a winner. Fantastic point.
Beautiful point. She kind of lunged for that two-hander, and now Sanchez with a chance to go up 4-3. It's 40-30. Oh, Chrissy missing badly with the forehand, and so Sanchez has held serve. It's 4-3. Arantxa Sanchez leading here in the first set. We're going to be back with more from the $200,000 Eckerd Tennis Open after these words from your